Welcome to another episode of Cornelius Secrets. Today we will talk about how to counter Jhu, and we will use a hero that does not require a large investment. What makes Jhu special is his third ability, which allows him to attack the enemy who is at the very back of the enemy team. This is important for your counter strategy, because there is exactly one hero who will always be at the back of your team, no matter what other heroes you add to your team. It is Martha, who also has the highest health of all healers. Actually, Martha's health is so high that it is best not to maximize it, as shown in the video linked below. In the following fights we will use a Martha that has only 68k power and 272k health. Let's take a look at how our tough Martha teaches Jhu a lesson. Oh no, Jhu hits pretty hard. That wasn't nice of him. Now, let's see how Axel changes the situation. At the beginning, Jhu still hits just as hard as before. But after Martha gets her artifact buff, Jhu's damage drops drastically. During the rest of the fight, we can see that Martha has no problem surviving as long as the armor buff is active. But eventually Jhu manages to stun her with a critical hit while her armor buff is inactive. That's enough to finish her off. This test fight was important because it showed that while Martha's armor buff is active, she cannot be killed by Jhu's damage alone. And that's with our Martha being incredibly cheap compared to a fully developed Jhu. Let's look at a battle where the opposing team uses heroes with maximum power. Our team has the medium Martha and also a medium Rufus. The main strategy here is to use multiple sources of armor and also dodge buffs to ensure that Jhu can't kill Martha. In the end, our team lost only Aurora. Also notice how repeating this fight often leads to victory as well. Next we will speed through some fights to see that this strategy also works with different heroes on our side and also on the opposing side. For this fight the opposing team replaced Iris with Nebula. And our team replaced Rufus with Astaroth, which resulted in an even clearer fight since Astaroth artifact was at maximum level. The repetition of this fight also led to many victories. This strategy also works with different damage dealers, as you can see in the next test where we replaced Heidi with Orion. It also works with Sebastian, who in my opinion is a must-have hero anyway. In case some of you think the enemy should have used Axel, the strategy still works. If you don't have a second tank, you can also use a second healer to keep Martha alive. In this case I used Celeste. You don't even need to use Iris, as can be seen in these test fights. Although the last 2 of the 10 fights were lost. The main takeaways are this. Use a medium-sized Martha to absorb Jhu's damage against the very back of your team. Use multiple sources of armor and dodge buffs, and if needed extra healing to keep Martha alive. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing.